All right, Book, we're back with a story from Insider.com. Her rep is shot. Influencer suing the New York City Police Department for $30 million after her photo was placed on a wanted poster for a crime she did not commit. A woman is suing the New York City Police Department for $30 million, accusing the agency of placing her photo on a wanted poster for a crime she did not commit. Eva Lopez, 31, was informed about the poster last summer on August 16th of 2021 when her boyfriend was contacted by a friend who saw the wanted poster online, according to the lawsuit filed on March 9th. The NYPD poster, which says Lopez was wanted by police for grand larceny, included a photo taken from her social media page. Lopez also has 800,000 Instagram followers, I might add.
Whoa.
The New York Post was also the first to report this story, as the 9th Precinct Detective Squad is attempting to identify the subject pictured above for grand larceny. The poster said, August 3rd, 2021, the complainant's roommate did reply to an online escort advertisement, and while the subject was at his apartment at 178 2nd Avenue, the subject did remove the complainant's Rolex valued at $13,000 and trace credit card without permission of authority to do so. The wanted poster also included contact information for NYPD Detective Kevin Doyer, who issued the flyer and is named in the lawsuit. So, somebody called for a hooker. The hooker came over and stole his Rolex and his bank card. And then they're looking for this person, and they literally just found her picture and put it on the poster. Lopez said she initially thought the poster was not real, but still took to her Instagram to clear her name. The lawsuit said she was also contacted by friends about the alleged crime. She had to assure them that it was fake. However, the lawsuit said the wanted poster was sent to media outlets and ricocheted around social media. Lopez was informed that the poster might be real and to contact authorities for confirmation. She then reached out to Doyer, who told her he initially believed it was her because the victim connected to the case showed them pictures of that. Okay. The lawsuit said, adding that the investigator knew it was an issue before she called. However, a police investigation revealed that the female suspect had an arm tattoo. The lawsuit said the poster was later removed from social media platforms, and Doyer asserted she was not involved in the crime. It is an unfortunate situation. It could have happened to anyone. Bullshit! Mark Shirahan told Insider on a phone interview that the perpetrator in this case had a sleeve tattoo. Miss Lopez does not have a sleeve tattoo, so they have at least reviewed the video before disseminating the wanted sign. So they had a video of the actual perpetrator who had a complete sleeve tattoo. This girl doesn't have a tattoo. The lawsuit said Lopez suffered harm as a result of the error. She told the Post that it was really embarrassing, not only for me, but for my family as well. Her rep is shot. People don't want to deal with her anymore. Her boyfriend's family at the time thought she was a prostitute, and they questioned why he was with her. It's horrible. The damage was done here regardless of how long. We don't know how long it was up, but it has already made its rounds. The NYPD told Insider in a statement that the department does not comment on pending litigation. Blah, blah, blah.
What? All right. So I just want to make sure that I am completely up to speed here. They posted a wanted picture with a person who did not actually commit the crime, and now that person is suing NYPD. That is essentially what we're looking at, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's pretty fucking horrible.
I don't know if she'll get $30 million, but I think the citizens of New York City did just pay somebody for one of their detectives' fuck ups. If I had to guess, yeah. She's going to win. I don't know if she's going to win $30 million, but she's going to win.
Yeah. I'm sorry. There's no way to really save face on this one, NYPD. You really slammed your hand in the cookie jar on this one. So,
not only did
road to hell is paved with good intentions, buddy.
And not only did they accuse her of a crime, they accused her of being a prostitute.
Right. I mean, like, whoa.
I,
Like, they're throwing some serious shade at this girl.
yeah, and it still continues now because now we also have a picture of the wanted poster on insider.com, one of the most heavily trafficked news websites on the internet. So I mean, it's here it is again.
Yeah, she's going to win something.
She's gonna win.
She's going to win something. So, what are we going to give NYPD here, bud?
I think Zelda may have just rated NYPD in this case with one screech out of two.
I I don't know what that was.
did you
I'm just going to kind of act like it didn't happen.
did your dog get hit by a car?
I don't know. I'm just going to stay here. There's nobody panicking in the background. Everything appears to be at status quo homeostasis. And we're just going to roll. Like, roll tape, roll tape. What are we giving NYPD here?
I have a hard time giving him any less than a 3.
Okay. I'll co-sign that.
Right on.
I'll
Well,
co-sign that.
Buck, let me ask you this: when your kids were young, did they have any stupid books that they made you read over and over again?
Yes.
Do you remember any of them?
I don't remember what it was called, but I remember what the monster said. Harkle, snarkle, higgledy-doo. That's what a monster in my kid's book said. That is the only thing I can remember. I had to read that thing over and over again. It's been like 10 years, folks. So, I don't remember the title of the book.
Oh,
But I do remember.
I remember the title of the book. Woo! I remember the 2 titles of the book. One of them was the Pout Pout Fish with the Pout Pout Face, who spread the drearies all over the place. But the book that really kind of was like, really? You're going to make me read this? Was Walter the Farting Dog. And I still remember like looking at my wife saying, "Why did you buy this?" And there was sequels. There was a whole series of the Walter the Farting Dog books. Yes, there is. Woo! But in this particular instance, this is being reported online as the assistant principal says he was fired for reading a kid's book called "I Need a New Butt." Toby Price never imagined he'd be fired for reading a book. The Mississippi assistant principal has been let go after reading the humorous children's book "Need a New Butt" to grade 2 over Zoom. It never crossed my mind that reading a book would be something that I would be terminated for. Never could I fathom this, Price said. He's been an educator for more than 20 years and has been a guest host on Gillian Finley. I'm not sure what that is. It came way out of left field. It started on March 1st when a group of second graders at Gary Road Elementary School in Byram, Mississippi, logged on to Zoom for a reading, but the guest who had been booked to read didn't show up. So my boss texted me and told me to read, so I grabbed one of my favorites that was nearby. So he had this on a shelf. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The book in question, "I Need a New Butt," written by Don McMillian, was illustrated by Ross Kennard, is targeted for children between the ages of 4 to 10. It follows the story of a boy who notices there's a crack in his butt for the first time and mistakenly believes it must be broken. So he decides he needs a new one. Will he choose an armor-plated butt, a rocket butt, a robot butt? Find out in this quirky tale of a tale, which features hilarious rhymes and delightful illustrations. Reads a description from the book's publisher. Children and parents will love this book. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The kids did indeed love it, says Price. You can see smiles on their faces afterwards. They're coming to me and telling me, "Hey, Mr. Price, that book was really funny. Thanks for reading it to us." But his bosses didn't feel the same way. He says he was called into the superintendent's office later that day and given a stern talking to, after which he was asked to resign. I called my wife, and my wife told me, if you sign that resignation, it's almost like you're walking away saying that they were right and you were wrong, and you weren't wrong. So I stood up, put my chin up, sucked in all my tears, walked out of the building, let them know that I was leaving and I would not be resigning. I got in my car and I cried all the way home. 2 days later, he was terminated. In Price's termination letter, Hinds County School Superintendent, I can't pronounce it, Martin, cited unnecessarily embarrassment and a lack of professionalism and impaired judgment on Price's part for picking the book. The letter, shared in full by the free speech literary organization PEN America, notes that Price violated the school's code of conduct by using inappropriate words like fart. The school did not respond to a request for comment from As It Happens. Price, meanwhile, stands by his selection. As far as he is aware, no students or parents lodged complaints about the reading. I know my audience. You know second graders are reluctant readers. You've got to show them that books can be fun, silly, and engaging. You know you want them to put down their phone and pick up a book. Now Price says he's left wondering how he will care for his 3 children, 2 of whom have autism. It's not just a bumpy road for us. This, is 2 flat tires and we're stuck on the side of the road. Since the news broke about his firing, Price says he's received tons of support, including from his former students and parents. Several children's book authors and free speech organizations have spoken out in his favor. Your decision to punish Mr. Price for reading this book is deeply concerning. It is a threat to the freedom to read, learn, and to teach, and should be protected and upheld in schools. That reads a press release from PEN America. Reading and sharing literature, even on silly topics, can be celebrated in public education, not become a reason for punishment. Price says he's raising money online for a lawyer and plans to fight for his job. He has a hearing scheduled for March 21st. Despite all of his troubles, he says that if he had his time back, he would still pick I Need a New Butt to Read for the kids. Someone asked the question for me the other day, and my daughter answered for me. She said, you know what? He would pick that book again, and he'd probably pick another book that was just like it. And you know what? She's right.
Well,
you want to?
Well, that's.
If I were to call my 9 and 10-year-old in, oh my god, and just look at him and say, fart, or butt, they're gonna giggle. Farts and butts are funny to kids. And guess what? I've never heard someone say, "Oh, that's man over there. He used the F word. He said fuck? No, he said fart."
Yeah. I don't believe I've ever seen an eyebrow get raised at that particular F word, fart. So yeah, what is the school like? What they must not really like this guy. They must have been looking for a reason to fire him. They must have been searching.
That is a possibility. But I think in your termination letter, they would have cited that as well. But I am so against censorship. I hate censorship.
Oh, me too.
Unless it is something that is honestly detrimental to the public as a whole, such as fire in a crowded movie theater, or saying that we didn't land on the moon. Sorry, folks, we did. We can still see the shit that's up there. Okay. Crackpots, conspiracy theories, those can just be shut down. Anti-vaxxers, for example. But that being said, this is a dude reading a book, a children's book meant for children that nobody complained about except for the old bitch that was in charge.
Yeah. She's looking for a reason to get rid of him. I'm telling you, this is some petty backbiting shit, and she's riding on censorship to try and do it. She's trying to use censorship as her shield.
Buck. Think of the children. Think of the children being exposed to the word butt and fart. Oh,
right.
My God.
That's exactly where my thought went.
That man has corrupted the youth of this community, and I don't know if we'll ever be able to recover from what this man has done. These children will have to carry the scars he has inflicted for the rest of their lives, and it will affect their family and their children and their children's children. Hearing this despicable literature forcefully read to them about farts and butts. Something must be done, Buck. Something must be done.
And since that's the only reality that we have, because it's actually a stand-up dude who cares about his fucking job and the kids, he actually does, and we can't find another reason to can him, we're going to go ahead and sell that shit story, scan it as far as we can scan it, and this man will be out of here. That's exactly the thought process that was behind of it. Like, I'm sure that there's a censorship issue. Like, there absolutely is a censorship issue here to talk about. But I think that if we peeled back this onion all the way, we'd find a gooey, petty fucking bitch center right in the fucking middle of it, because that's what this all smells like. Personal fucking vendetta against a guy that she just doesn't fucking like. And she's creating all sorts of other problems to go along with it. Farts and butts. That's the hill you're gonna die on. Like, that's where we're gonna go with this, huh, lady? Like, that's how far you're willing to go. That's how much you dislike this person. That farts and butts is the hill you're gonna die on.
I'm almost willing to go as far as to say it was just, she's an uptight cunt. I'm not even going to give her an ulterior motive. I'm just going to say she was an uptight cunt. Censor that, bitch.
Yeah. Oh, boy. What do I give this yahoo? I got to give her a 4.
I'm giving her a 5. I know I typically reserve the 5s for when somebody actually gets hurt or someone's killed, but censorship is one of those things that can be and I hate the term, but it exists, a slippery slope to the downfall of a society. We've discussed this in ad nauseum on various episodes where we've talked about places in the Carolinas burning books. We've talked about schools banning books because the Nazi cats, and nude mice. Oh God, help me! Not the mice.
Right.
I have a huge problem with censorship, especially in literature, because no one's forcing you to read it, for starters. In some cases, it's part of a curriculum. In that case, it's not, as long as it's not an extreme pornography, that you're forcing someone to read, unless it's a class on pornography, which exists, by the way. But this is a children's book. This is one that is freely distributed in the United States. It has been published, vetted through a publisher who knew it was not going to cause outrage and come back on them. This is just a tightwad bitch that is looking for something to complain about that nobody else complained about.
Like, does it even say who the author of the book was? Was it Danielle Steele?
Oh, it did.
Like,
say
does it have does it have Fabio on the cover?
Oh,
like,
no.
Is that why they're saying it's so inappropriate?
No, they even straight up said it was written by Don McMillian and illustrated by Ross Kennard. And there is actually a series of books. I Need a New Butt. I Broke My Butt. My butt is seriously so noisy. So, and it's from the best-selling creators of I Need a New Butt.
I'm telling you what, man, it sounds like a harrowing, flatulent trilogy featuring the rigors of having a crack in your ass. Something that I find suitable and silly for children of all ages. What the fuck is this woman's problem?
I don't know. I'm thinking of having
what?
I think we should start a children's book series on our YouTube channel where we read the books that get banned in all these articles, like Mouse and I Need a New Butt. I'll even read Walter the Farting Dog. We could quickly become the new children's channel sensation. Because if it gets banned from a school, people want to read it.
You know what? We're gonna have a little conversation after the recording stops that.
Well, that being said, Buck, that's going to bring us to an end of another episode. We do ask that if you enjoyed our show, please give it a like, hit that subscribe button. We have a new show that comes out every Saturday and every Wednesday. They are a labor of love. We could put it that way. We don't actually make money off this podcast, folks. The one ad you hear has yet to give us a dingle dime. And that ad is even me. So.
Oh, no. We can't collect on the dime that we make until we hit a certain number. Okay?
I don't know.
We've made a dime. It's just in escrow right now. Interest-free escrow. So help us get out of escrow and cash in on our $15 minimum here, folks. Like I'm telling you, with your help and your listens, we might be able to expedite our target of Christmas 2023 for our cash out.
Nice.
And it could be because of you.
Well,
You could create a significant notch in that tally mark. I mean, let's go.
If you happen to have a story you think we would like to cover for the show, please feel free to send it to socialliability@icloud.com. And just remember to like, subscribe, and tell a friend. That being said, folks, I'm the Raspberries with my co-host, The Buck, wishing you all a happy and safe week.